What's happening, everybody? Man, tonight's a special Thursday night edition of Two Mics Up. And it's not really two mics up tonight. Let's just be clear. I'm paving the way and opening the door for a collaboration of a sister who's actually been here before. But she's my network mate on the Mogul TV Global Network. And if you don't know, it's the number one network for positive programming. And she is bringing her style and her flair tonight, to the conversation. And I'm just honored to be a part of this contribution to what she's bringing to us all this evening and to what she's continuing to bring, to the network as a whole. Now, before we get started, I want to, thank you all for joining. I see some people joining us in the back. Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching us from, where you're joining us from, because this is really not only about, tonight's guest, the work that she's doing in her upcoming season, but for a very special project that I think a lot of times get overlooked in our community and society as a whole. And I'm super proud, just to be able to share that as well. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my beauty and my self-care together, because tonight's guest, she's all about that, man. Pageant winner, beauty, glam, all that good stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we bring to the stage tonight's guest, my sister Tina Foy. Tina, how you doing this evening, sis? How's everything?
I am good, Mr. Damon. Everything is great. How are you?
Look, it's a blend and a build up to several things that you really have going on. But before we get into that, I always like to start at the beginning, Tina. And one, just take a moment, introduce yourself, to our audience, and for those of you, I see you in the woods, say hi to Tina, drop it in the comments, but give us a little background about who Tina F. Foy is.
Well, hello, world out there. I am Tina F. Foy. I am a mom, wife, self care advocate for busy moms, creator and host of Beauty and Me with Tina, author. What else? Former pageant queen, as mentioned before, Mrs. Imperial Nation, former owner of Bella by Tina Foy, which will be coming back soon, which is going to be Bella Lux by Tina F. Foy. There's a lot going on. We're going to keep it short.
I love that. I love that. That whole thing that you just mentioned with everyone, Tina. And what I want to transition into really is kind of just talking about what it is that you have coming up in your next season, which is season 4. So could you talk about that for a minute?
So season 4, we're changing it up a little bit. The first season, we kind of brought in introducing Beauty and Me with Tina. We introduced how to start your self-care, how to take the 5 minutes out, where you can go, what you can do, and kind of transition over into the second season. Third season was about the whole pageant world and breaking down the stereotypes. So season number 4, we are bringing on 6 special ladies, but our conversations are very detailed. They are entrepreneurs of CBD tea companies. They are mobile bartenders. They are networking entrepreneurs. They're network owners. I have a variety of ladies that are coming to the table, and they are sharing some of their deepest thought experiences in business, in life, and just helping others kind of get through life and making sure that they can give advice, and also where to find them, because what better question to ask is, where can I find this person? Well, here they are. I'm bringing them to you. I'm bringing the tea ladies, for the ladies like tea. I want to know how they can relax without going to the grocery store. I'm bringing the ladies that can help you find out how to have a nice drink without doing too much and still taking care of yourself. So we're bringing a variety of people to the show.
Well, look, you definitely got some heavy hitters, and I'm just going to go ahead and I want to share, the wonderful women that you are going to be sharing, on your show this season. It's incredible. It's an amazing lineup of some people that I am familiar with and I am not too familiar with. And it's really, as I'm going to take the words of our channel host, when she and I talked about this, just, yes, for, that women's empowerment movement. And
Yes.
as a girl dad, I'm all for, I mean, I am huge, and that's why I wasn't, like I said, for me, it was another, huge honor to be a part of this. Um, but within season 4, there's also another little piece that I want to branch off into, because you have like some new self-care, some beauty and fashion expert segments. So I'm curious to know, what is that also going to look like? Because I think that's huge, not only about our women feeling good about themselves, but about making a statement as to who they are. If I'm correct in saying.
Right, correct. Well, the segments before I kind of just stuck to fashion, trying to give tips. I have the wonderful Jay McCrae boutique hosting a segment for fashion, but I want to expand this season on all three because it's self care, beauty, and fashion. That's beauty and me. So
Okay.
I wanted to have people that can, the professionals, the MUAs, makeup artists. For the gentlemen that don't know, that's the acronym for it. Makeup artists that can break down what kind of lip combo to put on for what type of
Mm,
day, the simplest looks that you can do that's really fast and easy. We don't have all day. Sometimes we're on the go. Things that
right.
you do in the bathroom while you're trying to transition from work to going out with the girls. Just something really simple. And then we have, of course, some wonderful boutiques that have some awesome fashion that you can put together that's really simple, and you can go run your errands or you can go out with the girls once you throw a jacket on with it. Just simple for busy women that just need help a little bit further. So they're trying to put sweats on to run out the door.
I love that. And that's really key though. I think especially in today's lifestyle, I guess you will, and how we move and how we live, to be comfortable, to be able to have multiple sets and fashions really in the same look. Sometimes maybe throwing on a blazer, or maybe changing,
Right.
a pair of shoes, right? And look, you can tell I'm a girl dad, and I'm all for
Yes, I
this.
was just gonna
I'm
say
in.
that.
I'm in. You see, I'm in. I'm all the way in on
I
this,
was just
right?
gonna say that. Like you're definitely a girl.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in on all of this, but it's important too. And you know, when I hear you, and as I'm listening, too, I'm a fan here too, and a part of the audience. You're changing. Sounds like you're tinkering with, what your inspiration may be, if you will, behind expanding not only your brand and your brands, because I heard you talk about Bella Lux coming, and all of these important things. But I want to start there. Like, what is the inspiration for Tina? You know, behind you expanding more into these areas and developing more into these areas, and what was the spark that kind of said, I should really look into this. I should dig into this.
My struggles.
Mm,
It's
okay.
as simple as that. My
Okay.
struggles. My
Mhm.
brand was my first baby. Bella by Tina Foy was my first entrepreneur baby. It
Okay.
was what helped me get through my postpartum mommy, questioning myself, comparing myself to others,
Wow.
losing myself. That was my baby.
Wow.
It started off as just a few skincare products,
Mm,
a few scrubs and face washes. That's what it started off
wow.
as. And it helped me get through some hard times, and it helped other ladies get through some hard times, and them just feeling good and being able to go and feel pretty again and be confident without a whole bunch of makeup. It really made me happy. So I wanted to take
Mm,
it a little bit further and add makeup to it because I love makeup. I'm a makeup
wow.
girly to heart. I love
Mhm.
doing colors. I don't think makeup should hide you. I think it should enhance you. I say the face is
Mm,
a
I
canvas.
love that.
You take
I
that
love that.
canvas, you clean it, and then you have fun with it. You paint it however you want to. It's your face.
Wow.
You do what you want to do with it. So I wanted Bella by Tina Foy to be a one-stop shop for your
Mm,
self-care needs as far as it comes to your skin. And I got into Bella Beauty and Me with Tina because someone saw that I had something to say, even if I didn't. And to be honest, I almost ran away from this opportunity
Wow.
because I was scared.
Wow. Really?
I was very scared. I almost ran away from the opportunity, and my husband's like, put your big girl panties on, and you're gonna do this."
I know that's right. I know
There's
that.
women out here that need to hear how to take care of themselves that may have been going through the same thing that you did. You need to share
Mm-hmm.
your stories. You need to interview women, and it kind of kicked off from there. So my own struggles with my skin, my face, my confidence, how I went through a identity crisis. That's the best way to put it.
Wow.
At one
Wow.
point in my life, where
Hmm.
I would stick out because of how I dressed. I didn't dress like everyone else, so I would automatically stick out because I'm a heels girl. I don't wear tennis shoes.
Okay.
I may
Okay.
have one or two pairs of tennis shoes for going jogging or because I thought they were cute. But other than that, I am a high heel girl. I have always been a high heel girl since I was a
Wow.
child. Through high
Wow.
school, middle school, all I wore was heels, except for cheerleading and track. That was it. I'm a high heels
Wow.
girl, so I always stuck out no matter what. And I went through a crisis after my first son, where I started comparing myself. I
Hmm.
even tried for a week wearing yoga pants and and t-shirts to fit in with the other moms at my kids' school because I would stand out. Everyone else is in yoga pants and tennis shoes, and I'm standing out, so I kind of felt bad.
Hmm.
I tried it
Wow.
for a week. Needless to say, my legs, my back, and my knees were killing me because I cannot do flat.
What? That I mean,
Yes.
that would normally be the reverse for most that I that
Uh-huh.
I I hear. You know, and look, trust me, ladies, I know nothing about this personally, but that's what that's the rumor. But if I could ask you one question, because um, as a man, and you your husband and things like that, and I hear with postpartum, with something that men we will never understand. Um, but what can we do to help support, our women, our wives, our daughters, sisters, aunts, when they're going through, whether it be postpartum or feeling a way of, because maybe less than, uh,
Mhm.
not feeling their best. Like what can we as men do to really help and support, as women are maybe transitioning or going through that period? Because I mean, it may come and go, but,
Yes,
I
very
think
true.
it would definitely be a huge support, if we knew more, or what should we try to understand to be able to be more supportive of our women as they're going through this process.
If she is going through postpartum or if they are going through postpartum, I would say sometimes you don't know because I didn't know. I
Right,
just
right,
realized I
right,
wasn't
right,
myself. I
right.
would say be patient,
Mhm.
be
Okay.
kind. She may be snappy, but it's not to you. It's just what she's going through internally. Hormones can be the best thing or the worst thing for a woman.
Right,
Uh,
right.
so I would say be patient, be kind, be understanding. Be careful of what and how you say things
Mm.
because you can say hello, but your tone alone could make her cry.
Whew, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
have to be you have to be very very careful. Even with me now, and I'm as confident as I've ever been. And my husband may say something, and I can read his energy, and I start crying.
Mm, really?
And he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "What's wrong with you? You seem a little off." And he was like, "Nothing." I'm like, "You seem off." I'm like, "Oh, you just." I'm like, "It's your tone." And he catches
Wow.
himself. He's like, "Oh, well, this happened at work."
Well,
And
that
he's
part
like, "You
I
picked up
can I
on that?"
get.
Yeah, I can pick up on. Women can pick up on energy and emotions, even if guys are trying to hold it internally.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
it
that's true.
dictates
That's
it
true.
dictates how we respond.
Yeah, and it's true. Yeah, I don't know why this something recently. Normally, I mean, I'm normally upbeat, bright. I wasn't down or anything. Like you said, I guess it was just my tone and my response. Room got dead silent. I'm like, "Hello," and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Excuse me." She's like, "That's not your normal response," and that's one of those things where, what, you're right. It is your tone, it is your delivery, and sometimes you have to go back and say, "Hey, babe, look, I apologize." at the time I was working on something for work, and just had to be a conversation in between them. I was just throwing out a quick response, and it came off totally wrong. So you're 100% right. But I think I asked that because it is important. Men, you're in relationship. We don't have the hormones. We don't have a lot of the things that our women go through. Whether it be through childbirth and just being a woman alone.
Right.
It's a whole it's a whole different makeup. So
Oh yeah.
we have to learn how to swallow some patience in our pride, and put our women in a position to feel comfortable, safe, and have open conversation. But I just wanted to ask that because it's important. And talking about conversations, you mentioned it. You're gonna have some powerful women on, and with these powerful women, like I'm looking forward to. If I'm gonna be 100% honest, just the stories, the diverse stories, right, and the purpose
Right.
of these stories. Um, I think I know what I want to feel and what I want to walk away with. But what do you feel or hope that our viewers or the viewers that are watching this and that are going to tune in to your series? Because Two Mics Up Family, we need you to go ahead and check out Tina and support. But what can viewers learn from these powerful stories and some of the conversations that you've already had that you're so excited to share?
I think viewers can learn, especially women, no matter how you started, it may be different paths,
Mm,
but we all go through the same thing in different ways. And a lot of the women that I talk to, people think businesses are really easy to run and start up and, oh, you're going to be a millionaire overnight. And to hear the struggles that they went through and how they managed to jump back and pivot from different things that they went through, how they managed to incorporate self-care, how they
mm,
found out about self-care, especially when it's not taught. It is very interesting, and I think it would give a different light on the
mm,
importance of taking care of yourself and following your dreams.
mm. That is really key because I like that. Um, Especially in today's society, we find ourselves a lot of times caught up in the darkness that's out right now. But inspiring, young women and other women and owners, is there, and I just have to ask because I'm getting my head standing up actually. Like, has there, without telling too much, like, has there maybe been a story that that you've maybe started recording or have that really resonates with Tina and really resonated with you, and something that maybe in your journey that you was just like, yep, girl, that's it, and they
Okay, well, to the audience, I do apologize because if not all the interviews, you would see my hand go like this
okay.
because I can resonate with all of them in one way,
Okay,
shape, or form. You would see my hands
right.
go like this, or you would think that we're just having a straight out conversation, giggling, laughing, carrying out with girls' night. So I do apologize if you keep seeing my hands like this because, yeah, we're having that kind of conversation. It is just a struggle to balance life,
Mm, wow, yeah.
to find yourself and realize all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into what you love. It's okay to let go and take a break for yourself and
Mm,
realize that you need yourself to be good to take care of everyone you love, your business, and everything else around you.
right.
To know that's not selfish and it's important. So I resonated with all the ladies actually in their stories, one way or another, with just struggling through life
Mm,
and coming to
mm,
an understanding. You know what? Let me take care of myself first, and then get
right.
to business, and I can help other women do the same.
Mm. I mean, that's powerful. Uh, just in that piece of the story that you told, because this is a conglomerate of things that I think and I hope that people tune in to watch, because it sounds like you're going to be able to take something and walk away with something that resonates with you, or maybe that you're missing, that you can add in to maybe your daily piece of work, your daily piece of life. And I think that's the key of part of what your series is all about, and not just the beauty side and the health and the wellness, but really filling people's cup, meaning their soul, spiritually. And when you have those type of things, the the beauty and self-care front. You talk about how that has really been a part of you. I always like to dig in and find out, from being a part of beauty pageants and things like that, did you always find yourself, as you mentioned on Barbie, and was that a thing that you always aspired to be, or was that something that developed for you over time?
I was always told I was pretty
All right.
and I should do this, so I should do that. And I was always a little diva. I was, as my grandmother would say, I was a old person in a young person's body.
Well,
Would be the best way to describe me. So I was always into the frilly dresses, and if I'm dressed really cute, don't expect me to do anything. I wasn't
mm,
moving. From
mm,
4 years old on up, I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing anything. Don't ask me to. So I've always been like that. It's been a whole life thing. But I would say that I think just through life
mm.
and just realizing beauty is not only on the outside, but it's on the inside. So
Yes,
I always remained
yes.
humble. I was always taught to be humble. And with
Mm.
pageantry actually, it wasn't because I was pretty, it was to help me build my self confidence and get
Ah,
scholarship for college. That's what
okay,
it was for. It was to help me
okay.
build my confidence because even though I was a cheerleader and I ran track and I had all these friends, I was scared to talk to people.
I love that.
I would like sweat and have a panic attack and freak out to talk to
Really?
people. Yeah, I would freak out. I would have to like have conversations with myself and my coaches.
Right. But look at this. Now, so this pendulum swing then from being the shy. I mean, I know you're still humble, but now someone who maybe didn't want to talk in groups or around people. Now you have this platform of yours, like the pendulum swung. So then I just got to jump in. Like, so now that you swung the pendulum, like, how do you how do you I know you want to uplift women, but what other ways are you looking? Because I heard you talk about a couple of other ideas, but what other ways are you looking to uplift, people through your platform?
There's a number of things through summits, just having women gather, having families
Mm,
gather for different topics, networking, uh, IG groups. I'm a part of a couple of IG women groups. I'm
right.
very big on those and cheering on everyone. What are you doing? Can I share it? Can I
Mm,
attend? It's really, it feels good just to see others doing good and to give advice. There's some women that I get on a call with, and it's not for business. It's just to say, hey, this is what's coming up, or you should try this, or this is what I've been taught.
right.
Things that I've been taught because a lot of people haven't had to help me. Hello, Tamika.
Hello,
Miss
Tamika.
Tamika. She is
Right.
she's one of them that's helped guide me through this process, and a lot of things that I've learned, I share because I'm like, she didn't have to share it with me, but she did.
She
So I
did.
take the
Yeah.
knowledge that I'm given and help someone find their way as well.
Yeah. So, and we talked about, Tamika, early on, just about her excitement and how much of a pivotal role she plays. And I've seen, she shouting out, the rest of the family, friends. Um, she's been a big part. And I see she's going to be a guest, this season. And
Mhm.
I too, I've had the pleasure of sitting down with Tamika, a woman who is full of knowledge, is all about
Yes.
empowerment. And, as you said, for you, kind of mentoring, if you will, and helping guide you through your journey. Uh, share what does it mean now to kind of come full circle, now being on the network and having the opportunity to have our, because I'm going to put myself in there, our mentor, in the hot seat, if you will, but really be able to pick her brain and share, her insights and her strengths and her beauty uh with everyone else.
It is an honor. It is that's the best way to describe it. It is an honor because she can tell you some stuff that you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I didn't know that about you. Okay. She
Yeah.
is just energy. She's a ball of positive energy and confidence and just a glow that I think everyone needs, like a bit of somebody like that in their life.
Yeah, I mean, Tamika is definitely a beast. She's definitely an influencer and a huge part of both of our development. So I'm really interested to watch her go to work. Tamika, we appreciate you both, and I'm glad you're able to join us this evening as we continue on this journey with Tina F. Foy, Beauty and Me with Tina, as we like to call it, and as she continues her woman's empowerment journey. And I just want to move then, Tina. We talked about, everyone else, you know, talking about their stories and how it impacts you and some of the takeaways you got from them. But now I got to put the spotlight on you. You know, what are your personal takeaways from your journey now as a talk show host and as an entrepreneur, because you're doing big things in both areas. So what's your personal take on your journey?
Anything is possible once
Mm,
you have a good support system and you believe in yourself. That is like the magical thing. Like you have to Miss Angel Conway, she is very big on this and she'll be talking more in her interviews. Self talk.
mm,
Self talk is very, very important. It can make or break you. Had I
uh,
continued to tell myself, "Oh, I can't do this," or I'm going to look foolish," or "No one's going to listen to me," "No one's going to follow me," I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
oh, mm, and I know a lot of us have that feeling of trepidation and fear. When we all first started this. Uh, did you imagine or did you envision, these, coming now into your fourth season? Did you envision it to take feet and legs and start running in the manner that it has, from the time you started to now?
No, I did not. I didn't know what to expect. It was kind of a, you know what, we're just going to go one day at a time and let the perfectionism go and learn as you go.
Mm, yeah, that part right there, that perfectionism. I think we all early on get hung up on it having to be right each and every time. But you find the more that you just let go and let God, right?
Right?
And whatever it's going to be, it was already going to be.
It's going to be.
You really didn't have that much control over the outcome. And you have basically, I've watched as I've gotten to know you and watch your show. You are a true pillar of that statement, right? It was already in her. Community is everything to usher you into what you are called to do, and you are so true, Tamika. I mean, it's been a blessing to be a part of her journey, but your journey is still blossoming. We are not only looking at you're coming up March 16th, I believe, if I'm correct,
It is.
season 4. So
Correct.
I want you to just take a minute. I'm gonna give you the floor just to speak on that. We're gonna get some hype and get some go-go juice going here as you talk about that. Because look, we want this to roll. We want this thing to steamroll. We want this to build.
Yeah.
And I want to give you a minute to talk about that.
Okay, well, gents, I'm going to start with you guys because I do want the gentlemen to watch the show as well because you may be able to help your ladies or the ladies in your family get through life or even give them some help or where they can find certain things.
Mm,
But to my beauties, my wonderful beauties, tune in to Beauty in Me with Tina, March 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Mogul TV Global Network via Roku, via Amazon TV. Tune in because I think there's a lot of ladies that you can relate to. They have a
mm,
lot of stories to share. They have products on there that you may be able to use to calm your nerves when you're going through a whole lot.
mm,
And our
mm.
conversations is just girl talk and having a good time. So just think about it as a relaxation getaway while watching TV.
I love that. A relaxation getaway. And Tamika, she wants to chime in and let us know, season 4 of Beauty and Me with Tina. There you go. And I'm gonna let it sit there for a minute So all of y'all watching, and then whoever decides to watch this on the replay or the playback, you got to know Mogul TV Global Network, #1 network for positive programming. Listen, you get this while it's free, because after a while, everything ain't gonna be free, ladies and gentlemen. So while it's free,
That's true.
Amazon, Amazon, because we definitely trying to make sure that it ain't gonna be free. But look, go get it now. Your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Go ahead and download the app, and check it out. Please come out and support. There's some incredibly talented, creators just like Tina, across this entire network that are bringing you, I mean, some amazing stuff. That sometimes I sit down and I find myself writing things down or jotting, taking my phone and typing something in my notes. That I was like, well, I got to go find out more about that, because I
Yeah,
mean, just
I
some
have my phone right
great
here.
people. See, that's what I'm saying. You find some really amazing things. So you have to do it. So really tune in and engage, with us here on the network. But we're not done, because Tina is really doing something that, I said in the beginning, that I really, really believe it just gets overlooked, not only in our community, but in our entire society. And if you don't know, Tina's going to be working on a summit, a very important summit that's going to be coming to us, in April. And I want you all to be on the lookout. I want you to be able to go out, share, talk about this. But I'm going to stop talking right now, Tina, because I want to give you the floor, one, to give us some insight, in your passion, really, because I really feel like this is a passionate call to autism awareness, and why it's passionate to you, and maybe even if it's personal to you. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Well, Bliss Beyond Limits is the summit that is coming April 2nd to 3rd, virtually, for all my moms, my dads, empowered autism moms. It's Bliss Beyond Limits empowered autism moms, because April is autism awareness. It is very important. It is a call in. I am a autism mom. My oldest is autistic, and it is something that is definitely overlooked. And this event is to bring resources and education and personal stories to the forefront, so other people realize that they're not alone. Their
Mm,
kids are not the only ones that are autistic. They're not the only ones going through the struggle with the education system or even healthcare.
mm.
And I've learned to talking with other moms and dads that even though I was blessed to get a lot of help from my son, a lot of them weren't, and they
Mm.
didn't know where to find resources until we had a conversation. So I think it was very important to bring this during Autism Awareness Month so people can get the information that they need.
Wow. Tamika was kind enough to put the information here in the chat. I want to make sure I shared that with everyone. So being an autistic mom, dealing with a son who has autism, there's a lot of other things in the background, like you talked about, school and schooling and different things like that. But just, the advocacy of it, right? And I think the bigger picture for me when I hear it, like what, or from someone who's dealing with it, what and how can the community join in, one, to learn more about it, but to really become an advocate and a supporter, and then become a leader in the fight, for the rights for, our young people, and anyone who's dealing with autistic, symptoms.
I think don't judge that child that you see in the grocery store that is throwing their head back and throwing themselves all over the floor, or screaming really loud, or just having a moment
Hmm.
where you think is being disrespectful. That child may be autistic,
Hmm.
because autistic kids show different signs to different things. It could be a sound, it could be a smell, it could be just a person that triggers them to have a breakdown.
Wow.
Don't judge. Ask
Wow.
the parent or the caregiver, do they need anything? Is the child okay?
Mm.
Do they need
I
help with anything?
Yeah, sometimes it's a similar thing like we talked about earlier. Sometimes, yes, okay. So, I mean, it's like we talked about earlier. You really have to take. take a moment and really check yourself, right?
Right.
Sometimes things we don't know what's going on in other people's lives, or what other symptoms or things that people are dealing with. So sometimes it's a self check. And I really love you sharing that, because I think it's important. Sometimes everything is not funny, you know,
That right there.
everything is not a like, or a social media moment or anything like that. Sometimes you gotta check yourself. So I really like that you shared that. But I want to go a little bit further too, Tina, because I mean, again, it's very important to me that we try to get as much information out. So, as a person who was to, let's say if I want to sign up in a 10, what what are some of the things that maybe I can expect to see or find out more about, as part of the summit that you're going to provide in April?
You will see single moms, uh,
Hmm.
moms and dads. You would see different sides of married couples
Mm.
because whether people know it or not, there are more divorces because kids are autistic
Wow.
than anything else.
Wow. Did not
As
know
far as
that.
healthcare wise,
Mm.
because dad or mom may not be able to handle the stress behind it. They
Mm.
don't know how to cope with the different doctors.
Mm.
With my
Mm.
youngest son, well, with my oldest son, when we were blessed enough to know ahead of time before he was born that he may be autistic.
Wow.
So we kind of had a heads up of what to prepare, what doctors to see. We spent most of our time every other day seeing like 3 or 4 doctors and therapists.
Wow.
And even now we still see therapists.
Wow.
And like I said, we were blessed enough to have everything lined up. My son was in the NICU for 3 months because
Mm.
he was really, really small. He was premature.
Mhm.
So we were blessed enough to have doctors lined up and therapists lined up to make sure that he got all the attention that he needed to help him transition and be able to do a lot of the things that they say he wouldn't be able to do. He wasn't
Wow.
supposed to be able to write. He wasn't supposed to be able to talk. We started to learn sign language when he was in first grade.
Wow.
Actually, no, he was 3 years old. We started to learn sign language because
Wow.
they told us he wouldn't be able to talk. And now he doesn't stop talking. He
Man,
doesn't
look
stop
at that.
talking.
That's beautiful. I mean,
He
it
wasn't supposed
really
to tell jokes.
it's amazing what love and care and support can do. And I'm so proud, and to be able just to hear, that story. It sounds very hard and heavy, but it's a beautiful story of what love and support can do, for a child, for a person, to overcome all of these odds. And that's really probably the most amazing thing. And I did not know, about the divorce rate, being as high when it comes to dealing with, families who have an autistic child. And there's a lot of things that I know that we don't really see, that goes on probably on a daily basis. Yeah, autism is hard for the child and the parents, but with love and support, the child can bloom. And I think that that's the takeaway that we should all have. And I don't want to, we want to highlight autism, but if we just could just show a little bit more love and compassion with each other on
That
a
would be
daily basis,
great.
that would be great
That would be
for
really
real.
great.
For real. Man, but I do, before we, because I mean, we've been chatting it up and talking up, and hey, I see everybody in the woods. Thank you for joining. Hey, if you have a question or a comment, drop a comment. Let us know where you are. This is my network mate, my sister, my friend, Tina F4, Beauty and Me with Tina. We've been chopping it up about her upcoming season 4, March 16th, 2025. We've been talking about her amazing work, and right now we're talking about her autism summit that's coming up in April. So if you want to find out more, about the event, I want you to go ahead and check it out right here. You can go to Tamika was kind enough to put it in the chat before. You can go to Bliss Beyond Limits Summit. You can see it down there at the website, blissbeyondlimits.eventbrite.com. Spread the word, share the message. Let our moms and our aunties and our sisters who may be dealing with this, because a lot of times it falls on our sisters' shoulders. Brothers, let's get ourselves together. But share this. Go out and find out, educate more, become an advocate. Become someone that is a true fighter and supporter of helping to change the narrative when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? So uh thank you. Yes, thank you. Beyond great conversation. But we're not done, because we are still have a few other questions that I do want to ask, that now that we've kind of brought these worlds together, I need to know. Now everybody else might not want to know, but I need to know what's next for Beauty and Me with Tina, because you teased a couple of things. And yes, like Tamika said, go share this broadcast. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. Go share. Uh, but what's next, Tina? Like you mentioned a couple of things at the top of the show that's going to be built out. What else is under the hood? I know you got some other things that you're tinkering with under the hood.
I do. I actually have, like I said, Bella Lux will be coming soon. It's the revamp of Bella by Tina Foy. We're trying to make it a one-stop shop for skincare and makeup and just feel good stuff. So that's going to come back around. And this weekend, actually Sunday, I will be a part of the panel and covering BarbieCon, All You Can
Uh-oh.
Be, on Sunday in Stone Mountain, Georgia. We are doing everything big. I'm calling all my Barbies, both grown and little girls, to come on out. They're doing everything. We're going to be talking about self-care, of course, and beauty, and just bringing boss moves to 2025. So I am super excited. I have some other Barbies that are going to be along with me, and they're doing tea parties and makeup. It's a free event, free parking. Just come and enjoy yourself if you're in the Georgia area.
Listen here, y'all. That's Tina F. Foy. And F means for not fooling around. All right, she bringing the business uh each and every day, each and every week. Uh, as we close out, Tina, because I mean, time really flies, but
It does.
it does. I mean, when you're having a great conversation, but it makes me really. I want to pause for 1 second, because you are a multitasker. You wear multiple hats. You're doing so many different things. How do you, if you will, balance motherhood, being a boss, being a business, handling self-care, and because there's not enough hours in a day. So one,
No,
how do you is this not enough? I mean, keep it real. It's not enough. I know it's not.
no.
But how do you do it? And then who is pouring into Tina's cup when Tina needs her cup filled?
So, my wonderful cell phone. I have notes everywhere. I have a iPad. I have my laptop going, and a planner, a paper planner full of stuff. Like it's multiple. It looks like a rainbow. So I have that going on. I walk with a big old carry-on computer bag everywhere I go, so I can keep up with stuff. And if I forget it, I have my phone, so I try to keep everything in there as well. And just making time for myself. Like I said, everyone hear me. If you watch the show, I take 5 to 10 minutes out of my morning every morning, religiously, to have time for myself, to center myself. And then once I get the kids to bed, I have 5 to 10 minutes at night. And sometimes I take a full day, just depending on how I feel. So literally just taking time out for myself. That's how I'm able to do everything. And as far as pouring into my cup, my husband, my kids, my aunts, my dad, my grandmother, my girlfriend, which is like a sister to me, they know if I'm overworking, they take my computer. If I don't know my limit, they take my computer and lock it away.
I know
They
that's
take my phone away from me too. So
Listen.
I have a lot of amazing people that they know when I'm not right, even if I'm putting a smile on my face. Tamika, I will call her. I'm like, hey, I have a thought. Is this right?
Yeah, yeah.
I will call her and like I don't know. I'll text her. I'm like, I forgot my brain. I will definitely say I have mommy brain. I have mommy brain. Yes, gentlemen, there is such thing as mommy brain. You forget everything. If
Yes,
you see
there
your
is.
wife walk in and out the room like 4 times, she forgot what she was looking for and she walks back out to try to remember what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, we talked about a lot of things tonight. You know that, like I said, I'm a girl dad, and I have my wife. You know, we've been blessed to be together. You know, married for 25 years and together for 30
Oh,
years.
nice.
So I know and I'm familiar with a lot of the things that you say. And, you know, from young Damon to older Damon, I've gained a lot of wisdom over the way. And I'm able to still keep my life because there was times uh, I had to sleep with one eye open. But you learn these things and it's so true. So gentlemen, you know, it's really time, you know, work on yourselves as well. And really be that support. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, go back and watch this broadcast, watch the replay. You know, our women go through so much, whether it be menopause or just different things just in life. We have to be better and do better to support, you know, the women who are at the foundation of our everyday life. So thank you for sharing that. Hey, look, we made it, Tamika.
Yeah.
We still riding. We still riding. We're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. You can't get rid of me now. It's too late. But I'm the one that's blessed. I will say that I'm the one who's blessed, and I thank my wife for being who she is. So before we close, I got to go just one more. As people are coming in, sitting in the woods, and going to watch this on a playback or share this broadcast, when you look at yourself now, Tina, you know, coming from the quiet, you know, shy girl, you know, to this business entrepreneur, this this talk show host, this woman that's doing everything in glamour. For a young girl who's watching this, or maybe even listening to this, what advice would you be able to share with her, you know, as she looks to follow her dreams in life?
Be you.
Mm,
Don't try
mm,
to be anybody else.
I love
Be
that.
you. Love you how you are. If you want to improve and be healthy, that is perfectly fine. But be you. Be the original. Love
Mm.
you for how you are. Don't try to be anyone else, and everything else will follow suit.
Ooh-wee. Listen, listen, listen. And I'm talking to Linda. Just be you. And yeah, thank you, Tamika. You know, I think it's important that we do as much as we can to continue to, yes, be you, Tina F. Foy. We're gonna put a pin and a dot and an exclamation behind that because that's right. Be your authentic self. You know, don't let anyone change you. And uh Tina, I want to thank you again, you know, for allowing me to share in your journey and allowing me to help bring your not only your story but your work to hopefully a brand new audience that can participate and join in and help you in your continued success and what you're giving to us. It's extremely amazing. And before we go, uh, I want you to take a moment and where can people go and find you? Now, listen here, y'all. We're going to do this slow because I know a lot of us a little bit older. You might got to find a piece of paper. You might not be ready like Tina with her phone in her hand. She got it in her lap because I know we digital now. But get your stuff together, and I want you to take this information. Now, when I go solo screen, y'all, I want y'all to listen to what Tina's saying and make sure you get out and go out and support my sister in the work that she's doing. So, Tina, please go ahead and share your information with our audience.
Yes, sir. Mr. Damon, thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it, and it's fun as always. And for the followers and viewers, you can find me on all platforms. That would be TikTok, that would be IG, that would be Red Note, that would be Blue Sky at Beauty in Me with Tina. I am on all platforms, minus Facebook, of course. That is
Okay.
coming soon.
Well, I'm going to make sure that we go ahead and we add that, and we're going to make sure that we put that at the end of the show notes. I want everybody to know where to go out, find you, support you. There it is. Everything except for Facebook, y'all. Everything except Facebook.
One more thing. And
Yes.
you can find me on our site. It is officially up at https www.beautyandmewithtina.com/home.
Listen here. We're going to get that. We're going to add that one too. But y'all heard it? Write it down. Come back, check the show notes. Go back and watch this replay. Matter of fact, when you watch the replay, share it with a friend. All right. You are in the midst of a Mogul TV Global Network collaboration. Tina F. Foy, who's the baddest, one of the baddest creators. Thank you. Tamika be on it. I'm gonna have listen, thank you, Tamika. I'm gonna have to, man, me and Tamika, I'm gonna have to work with you, get you in the back here a little more often. But thank you, Tamika. I appreciate you dropping that in the notes. But like I said, this is hopefully we will continue to work on and see more of this lady. I'm proud and honored to collaborate with Tina. I'm glad that Tamika's been here, and I'm glad to have all of you here with us tonight. It's been such an amazing conversation, an amazing show, and just check us out. And we're talking about amazing, and we're talking about all the great things that are happening. You can stay tuned. If you haven't already, you can go back and check out. Two Mics Up had our season 8 opener this past Monday. We were rocking with the incredible Kendrick Cross, actor, Country Wayne, and all that good stuff. So go check that out Monday night. And if you want, and if you're okay, and I'll ask you to do the same, check me out. Two Mics Up. Follow me. I'm your humble host, Damon Cunningham, aka Dame DNYDC. You can follow us on Facebook, IG. Well, that X has got to go. I got rid of that. But here on YouTube, and you can follow us online at www.twomicsup.com. Look, 4-time award-winning talk show, bringing you nothing but the realest talk with the dopest guests, just like my sister right here, Tina Foy. And like we do at the end of each and every conversation, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with a couple of things. May you all stay safe, stay blessed. Mike's out.
007.